we have the audio up and running. Everything is good now. No issues. Ooh. Okay. Double checking everything, making sure we are good here. Alright. Alright. Now the audio's up. Now that we're back, welcome back everybody to Phoenix Wright. Justice for all. Well, Ace Attorney. Justice for all. There's a lot of mouthful when you talk about Phoenix Wright games with their titles. Last time we were here, I was pretty tired. I was sleep deprived. I couldn't get through questioning a damn puppet. This time, we're getting through questioning this damn dummy. So, the dummy, I'm not talking about the guy holding the puppet, he is trying to get him some of Regina. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right, and that makes him the killer, you feel me? There was only one person in it that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story that meets the eye. There's something amiss in this? Like, the only thing we've ever heard from anybody is they saw Max. There was never any, like, oh, I saw how he killed him, and all that. It was only, hey, I saw Max. So, he's been placed there, but we still have no evidence of how he killed him or anything like that. I'll go with this. It's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? Haven't heard the word amiss in a while. Yeah, man. That's one thing I do love about playing this game, is the dialogue is either aged, so you'll get words that nobody uses anymore, or they bring out the most sophisticated words. So I can add things to my vocabulary. What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Is it something I'm gonna have to put in my fanfic? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? Well, he could have seen the victim. That's the victim. That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Boom, I'm coming right back into it, and look at me. Look at me, we got big brain on deck. I'm sure small brain wolf is gonna pop up no time flat, but big brain is starting out well today. This is what having some of the medication does for me. Yeah. Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that a count to the defendant? A likely story. Is that according to the defendant a likely story if Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room? Why was he just as the witness stated at the scene of the crime? Fuck. You are your father's daughter, damn it! Oh god, I'll give her that one. I'll give her that. That's a good comeback. Good comeback. Good comeback. I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. And there are no clear, conclusive contradictions. He's right. Damn, I felt really good about that. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Let's move along with the testimony. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick? Was it Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah. I think so. I don't know anymore. Alright. What else we got here? The clown. You're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fuck. He's so pathetic. I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all down the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to kneeling over for good. Damn. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Oh shit. Trilo really does not like Mo. He hates him. Then what happened? Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night. Especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thinker. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. Man, Phoenix, that's a mood. That's a mood. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez. Could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. God. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. Maya just she wanna be the lawyer now? Sheesh. You saw Max, and only Max that night. Jeez, you're persistent. You can ask all you want, my answer won't change. The only person I saw that night was Maximilian Galactica. He really needs to improve his manners. You've heard what he has to say. Let him continue with his testimony. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather.
Well, the truth is...
Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather? Maybe I like the cold. Maybe I'm from up north. How's you not know? Or maybe you were waiting for someone. Why? Who said we were waiting for someone? Who told you?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories.
Oh, we got an objection off? I love it. Bring it. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something. Mr. Wright, what do you suppose the witness, who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? I can only think it must be one person in particular. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Fucking Trilo exploded! We killed him! I wasn't ready for that. We literally blew his mind. That was amazing. That was so cool. That was awesome. Oh. Bruh. Lord. I hope to God that happens every time that we catch him in something. He just explodes. Alright. Am I mistaken? Oh, hey, he's back to normal. Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question.
Who cares who I was waiting for that night? Who gives a shit? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well. That puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright, I'll play your damn game. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Blew his mind a second time. That makes perfect sense.
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime.
However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than... Ow!
There's absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer.
Lawyer lady, I guess you's got me. You's got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Without love, pain! Can't get enough. Ben's a real big fan of old school 3 Days Grace. Just saying. Good choice, Ben. Good choice, Ben. One of my personal favorite albums.
Don't volunteer things.
Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I'm gonna add this to the fanfic. We've got a dummy trying to get some. I was. You hear me? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. I was trying to get me some of that animal training. Wait, what? You were what? Waiting to propose? Holy shit, that dummy was trying to get some. What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? That, the matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit.
More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore.
I keep slipping out of accents here.
Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet.
Okay, let's ask this dummy about his proposal. I just noticed they have the same hair. I'm never gonna, I can't unsay it now. I didn't notice beforehand. They have the same hair. Don't be surprised I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. Kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course I had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her, if you know what I mean. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Cool, you mind showing us what it is? I assume it's a ring. You mind showing it to the court? You were going to propose. You, a puppet. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet don't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I can't propose to her too. Judge, you can't say things like that. What are you thinking, man? Bruh. Where, somebody call Chris Hansen. Somebody get Chris Hansen on the line. We need him for the judge. We need him for the judge. Take a seat. Take a seat, judge. Take a seat. Exactly. I don't think that's good. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Hello, Judge Judy. We need you. Okay, Mr. Wright. Please continue with your cross-examination.
What was with that sigh at the end?
Alright. Let's figure out what the dummy's got to say. Whoops. Run back. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina. Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. I mean, that'd be kind of cool though. We gonna sit here and not say that'd be kind of cool? Right, Ben? Yeah. Got it. That's the truth. What was it exactly that you planned on giving her? This dick? I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do it. You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. Oh, game, quit doing this to me. Quit fucking doing this to me. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Oh shit, now Francisca is interested in what it is.
Answer his question. What was it?
You're gonna die when you hear it. It's an engagement ring. Wait, let me see if I can do this right. Engagement ring? That didn't work out very well trying to transition between those two. Wow. Those two nearly fell out of their chairs.
Mr. Phoenix Wright's jokes have gone too far. Time for this to end right here.
Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. Push on anyway. Well, you know what they say. To quote once again, 3 Days Grace, and arguably their best album, Pain Without Love, Pain Can't Get Enough. So, push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever... Ow!
I advise you to cut this argument short.
I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. An engagement ring? Uh-huh. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Hey, man! What is up, Kaz? Nice to know you got me tabbed up. What's going on, man? I gotta know, have you taken your test yet? Are you COVID-free? I saw you tweet about symptoms don't really look any different than normal, but... Gotta make sure you're good. Hope so. I'll find out in the next 3 to 5 days. Well, then you better let me know in the next 3 to 5 days. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is going to love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. Kept it in my pocket waiting for the perfect chance to propose and give it to her. Whose pocket was the ring in? That's a good question, actually. Whose pocket was the ring in? Because legitimately, I thought maybe the dummies got pockets, but then think about it now, it doesn't make sense if the dummies got pockets. It doesn't make sense. Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You've gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off?
I'm sorry. Really?
You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. I'm gonna give you a couple more smacks. Really? What else we got going on here? So you went to the lodging house to give it to her. Fucking game! Quit with the lines of dialogue, man! Oh! Every single line of dialogue in this conversation has been worthy of phrasing. Every single line of dialogue. Oh. I'm diving to Cyberpunk. Oh, Jaren, you got Cyberpunk already, man? I'm waiting till the bugs get fixed out next gen. That's what I'm waiting on. Once I have next gen console, and it's on next gen, then I'll get Cyberpunk. I'm waiting on next gen for that one. Pre-ordered it a month ago. I've heard nothing but good things about the game early on. From most people. I mean, you get to customize your genitalia. Who doesn't want that in a video game? Opening cinematic is a little framey. I don't know if that's on purpose, though. I mean, from what I've heard, there are a couple bugs. There are a couple bugs in it. That's right, I tried to give it to it during practice so many times that I lost count. Oh my, the game knows what it's doing. They knew what they were doing. Capcom and Spike Chunsoft knew what they were fucking doing with this dialogue. You cannot tell me they didn't know what they were doing with this damn dialogue. There is no way they wrote this and were like, this doesn't sound like massive innuendo. I can't, no. This is starting to get to Danganronpa levels of innuendo. Oh my, I didn't think Phoenix Wright would be the game that's gonna break me with innuendo. I figured that would be Danganronpa, but now Phoenix Wright's doing it. That uppity snob kept getting in the way. Kept cock blocking me. And default's having subtitles on? That's one. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Okay, wait. What was Max's voice? He was like Maximilian Pegasus. Uppity snob. He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his wood block in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. So what about this present? Yeah, Jaren was COVID positive there for a little bit. Jaren was COVID positive for a little bit, a couple months ago, I believe. Wasn't it, Jaren? He knows what's up. Yeah. He knows what was up with it. This is the one positive of me barely leaving the house. Ah. What's this one? So you are still thinking of trying to give it to Regina. I was locked in a house for 2 weeks. It wasn't even mine. So terrible to be locked in a house for 2 weeks. Oh no. There's a nudity censor in the game? Well, that's good for streaming purposes. At least there's censors. Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give up that easily. What's a 3-month circus salary? Like, I don't even know if I should be impressed about, like, the ring. I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. I'm with you there, Maya. I need to know the numbers here. If they're pretty good, hey, we might be looking for a circus job. P.T. Barnum, where you at? Probably way more than he deserves. Phoenix! Why you gotta do that to the man? How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to wrap up this toy's testimony. That's a spirit, Nick! Give him hell! I mean, heck! The judge has the that dazed and confused look again. Maybe he should get out more. What do I have to call him on? I think I know what I've got to call him on. Oh, never mind. Oh, that's why I had to call him out on, because I have the ring. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. I think I know what I gotta call him out on. There it is. Yep, yep. Yep, there we go. There we go. Had to look for a bit, but big brain. Big brain. I mean, my character, this is gonna be interesting. I mean, you get all the creative liberties, man. Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. After what we just got done talking about, that phrasing is not needed. Do you recognize this ring? That's mine! Give it back! Thief! He's a thief! Did you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, and I quote, "In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket." Why then do I have it right here? He blew up again. We blew his mind. What is going on here? Ben, you's gotta say something. I'm gonna beat the holy shit out of you, man. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault? Ha! That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quish, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent faints in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Very well. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? They're so shiny. Trila, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. You can have crossbone eyes? Oh lord, that's interesting. I go with my wolf eyes. You know, I enjoy those wolf eyes. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Spiderweb eyes. What about Sharingan? Can you get the Sharingan? You can do it in 2K. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. I love how shocked Trilo is in that picture. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. You can get something close to the Sharingan? Now they're talking. Now they're talking. Yeah! Oh! Ben getting beat up by a monkey. Ben! What's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything. Especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilo Quist. Yeah. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey money. Now that is a tongue twister. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow loafy fool called Ben's fault. I'ma give him a few whacks, just look at it. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. This is indeed an incredible shame. It's going in my fanfic now. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point.
Prove an important point. What point could that possibly be?
Ben doesn't exercise enough. That's very true here. That is very, very true here. But Ben's testimony has a flaw. There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony.
Contradiction?
The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. Oh God, Francisca's feeling it now. She's feeling it. You can get rid of your nipples. Hey, they said you can customize everything, man. They weren't joking, apparently.
What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours?
I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright.
Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And then we go right back to watching Trilo beat up poor Ben. Ben don't deserve this shit. Here we go with the genitals. Gotta love it.
Do you have any proof that something slipped past these vigilant ventriloquists?
I wouldn't call him vigilant at all. Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene.
However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive.
The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Oh, I love it. I love it. We're going back and forth. We're having a go at it. Love it. And this is where Phoenix and Francisca fall for each other. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. Pubic hairstyles? Man, I'm now excited to create a character in Cyberpunk just for all the shit you're telling me about. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. Ha! I've told you so many times you'd think you'd know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it will change some more.
Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it.
Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah! I'm gonna crack open my water now. Just got plain Dr. Pepper left, but I need to crack open this water. Ugh. I still got commentary to do after this to make sure Jacksonville gets uploaded in time tonight. Huh. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes, maybe 6, give or take. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. You really can't give your male characters a vagina? They weren't lying. They said anything's possible, man. They said anything. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There was no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max. That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see. I say bow, what you think, Ben? I suppose 5 minutes. I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Weird gaming sin, there's not enough genitalia customization options. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with the game. It loses half a star for not enough genitalia customization. That's where the real flaw comes into play. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night? That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4. You know, 4. F-O-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me? 4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. I mean, I guess. Maybe. I mean, if 2 eyes aren't wooden, I'd agree. Yikes, the judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilo. What else you gotta say, Trilo? So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night. Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was standing at the entrance to the tent the entire time. Guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. You already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. Sure you can do that. Now what time was that? Indeed. What time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Ow! It was 10:10 p.m. Oh, yes. That sounds about right. So as we can tell, in the judge's old age, time is slipping away. Sounds about right because that's the time that I saw Max on the scene. So you testify that you said good evening to Max that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got some to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Drilo. You said good evening at night.
I'm sorry, Drilo.
Mr. Quish, I prefer you keep your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom. Impossible. A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. I'm gonna save it here. Just play it safe. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? Strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange?
Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers?
Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I would understand. Ow! That hurts!
Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school.
There's no reason that Trilo would ever say something nice to Max. How do I go about proving that with the evidence?
Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one.
Guess I can give it a shot. I lost the voice for just a second. There we go. The witness will resume his testimony. Either way, I'm gonna keep pressing. You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said. I told you already, jeez. I am 100% absolutely sure.
There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right?
Those three ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with the chorus. Everyone together now. Cellcat, Cloak, White Roses. Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you?
But it's fun chatting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere.
I agree. Do we have the proof to make something stick?
All we can do is try. Right, Nick? We gotta have something that will prove useful.
Alright. Let me go to work. trying to get an idea. Oh. That might be what it is. Let's see. Saving it again real quick. I want to test something. I hate to say it, but Ben's part of your little act is coming off a bit stale. I'm sure that if a pro was to review... Ow! You're not trying to pass yourself off as a professional performer, are you? Shit. Accent's going everywhere. Don't forget, don't get so wrapped up in yourself, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should know better. Or, ow, 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 that hurts! That should have set him straight. You may proceed with your testimony, witness. Alright, so yep, I think I've got to do one thing in particular. Hey, I was right. Trilo, it's not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. Hey, blew his mind again. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There is absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There is no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. Oh my god, it might legit be the puppet. It might. I'm not gonna lie, I have an idea of who it is. And I'm very iffy on if that's who it is or not. I just feel like that's the way the game could go. Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just, you know. That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? Alright, let's see if I can do this correctly. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there was only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or, good evening, as he put it. What in the world? Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening then? This is where I'm iffy. I think he either saw the victim or it was Regina. And I'm not sure which is the right choice here. I'm gonna go with Russell Berry. I'm gonna go with the victim. I could be wrong. Considering the ill temper of this witness, there is only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. I'm Chris Hansen. Why don't you take a seat? Judge, she's 16. No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah. I suppose you've got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not?
You were correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. You ain't got shit to say, Trilo? You dead quiet from what I'm hearing. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him. Or that's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? I don't know how a puppet gulps, but... Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Oh, blew his mind again. Order! Order! How do you respond to this? Well, wait a second. Wait one damn second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But, once I got a better look at him, he was obviously Maximilian Galactica. I'm saying. I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. Problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution agrees that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols.
3 symbols? Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You've got to remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Ow!
Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They even look good on me. Okay, Phoenix, quit. Turn it down a bit, man. Take that narcissism down a bit. Come on down. Calm down a bit.
What was that?
Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Miss Von Karma. Uh-oh, Francisca is sweating. Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant?
Well,
If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes, I think we finally won a point in this one.
That is very unfortunate.
Huh? Shit. What do you know, Von Karma? What the fuck do you know?
You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What do you mean by that?
You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but... Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness.
Huh? Son of a bitch.
Your Honor, the prosecution will provide beyond a shadow of a doubt an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime.
She's bringing up the clown. She's letting in the clowns, I guarantee it. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. So, after that, how sure are we that Trilo's the one behind the murder? I'll say this much. Trilo is my number 2 suspect. He is my number 2 suspect. Solely because he just seems really obvious. Oh. December 29th, 11:54 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. So, sweetie, you have to believe me. I don't go anywhere near that crime. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene.
So then where were you when the murder took place?
We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. Or as the kids say, BRB.
That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right?
It's what it seems like.
But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right?
Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off.
Which means...
It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility.
Well done, Nick!
However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at this crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Hey, Vita, bringing the raid. I appreciate it, man. Welcome to the stream, V-Dub, and anybody else coming in. Appreciate you popping in.
Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something.
Maya. You need to tone it down now. You need to tone it down. Just got done doing some maximum football. Nice, feet up. How many games you win, though? That's the question. Are you undefeated? Are you phenomenal? Are you better than GLU? Probably so. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president. Still would get more votes than Yeezy. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Played one and won that game barely. You're 4-1 on the season with the San Francisco Tech Crab Cakes. That's a phenomenal name. Not only school-wise, San Francisco Tech, but Crab Cakes. That's amazing. That is an amazing mascot. There needs to be like a Maryland State, and they're the crab. They're like the Old Bay seasoning. That's their mascot. Maryland State Old Bay seasoning. Make it happen, NCAA. Can you edit the team names? Oh, see, I never went too deep into maximum football. Mainly because there were parts of it I just couldn't get behind. In the last maximum football, I never did get 2020 because I never had the money for it, but the Maryland State Old Bays. Yeah, man, that needs to be a thing. That needs to be a thing. Someone, somewhere, make it happen. I want royalty checks as well. December 29th, 12:06 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Kama, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand?
Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? Why did she just call him by his actual government name? This man's name is Mo. Get it right. See, that's my issue. Like, I have a problem with the logo staying the same. That's why mainly I added Kalispell and Festivus, because I had like Charlotte, Georgia Southern, Coastal Carolina, and what was the other school that was in there? Forgetting one of them, and I can't remember who it is. Yeah, I can't remember. But I had those in there, and they all had the normal school logos. So, yeah. They're trying to avoid copyright issues. That's why there's no community files for logos. Nah, that makes sense, but just saying. Yeah, they had the logos, and I was like, I'm not gonna deal with them having the other school logos, so I'll bring in those team builder programs. Which is going to be really interesting to see how GLU fares against some of those team builder teams next season. Because GLU's going to have a lot of freshmen playing.
The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record.
Mo's sad as hell. Look what you did to my boy Mo. Time the fuck out. I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back. Somebody go back and clip that. Because I need to pause that. I'm pretty sure he said in West Clownadelphia, born and raised. On the playground is where I spent most of my days. I swear I saw in West Clownadelphia. in the dialogue. I saw it. I swear to God, I saw it. You gotta be kidding me. They just made a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air joke go by like that. How the fuck? That's amazing. God, every time I think this game can't... Every time I think these games can't bring something new to the table, they do something like that. Oh, I'm so happy I caught that West Clownadelphia. In West Clownadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where he spent most of his days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some water flowers outside of school. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta just see it. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Let's see, okay. No. No. Are we just short? In West Clownadelphia. Yeah, so it was in West Clownadelphia, born and raised. Oh my God, that's amazing. That is amazing. I love it so much. I love it so much. Oh, so good. I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. See, I also got this clip. There we go. 2 clips. Perfect. Perfect. V-Dub, Jaren, you both got my back on it. God, that's amazing. In West Clownadelphia, born and raised. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Fucking Mo. Okay. How about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? You mean quarterback of the Festivus College Jokers? We get to face them next week. How was that one? Oh, Lord Mo. But a couple of clowns who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. Oh, it's gonna keep on going. Every time he gets whipped, it's gonna keep on going. I love it. I love it. Okay, I've never wanted Francisca to just utilize that whip more than right now. You need to whip that clown as much as possible so we can get through the whole opening sequence. Your name. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder. Correct? Yes. Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walk into a bar. You're succeeding at being funny, Mo. It's getting the job done. Without the humor, please. Okay. Ah!
on, Mo can't be his normal stodgy self in court.
What'd you see, Mo? What did you see? I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. The difference a year makes. Myles Garrett last year had his season end due to him hitting his helmet on Mason Rudolph towards the end of the game on Thursday night. This year, he is now the Browns' NFL Man of the Year. I didn't know he was nominated for their Man of the Year. That's convenient. Nobody Google Myles Garrett. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone. What do you think of me? How am I doing? I mean, you got Jaren on your side. Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Oh man, Gumshoe's gonna have to deal with that. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with this testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Okay, Mo, what'd you see? The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. The Jets' Walter Payton nominee isn't on the Jets anymore? Who was it? Was it, Avery Williamson? Oh, Pierre Desir. Oh. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. Oh, he's on the Ravens now. I didn't know that. If the witness's account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Don't you curtsy, Francisca. Don't you curtsy. We ain't done here. Of course you can. There is no way that this account can be criticized. However, oh God, I'm starting to make a Mo. Dear Lord, I gotta find my Sean Connery again. However, the witness is a bitch, how do you say, off kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright, Your Honor. I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling. I understand, Your Honor.
If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible.
Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Well, here we go. There are only 2 teams in the NFL that have top 10 offense and top 10 defense. The Rams and Chargers? Really? That's very... I'm very surprised at the Chargers. Rams, not entirely surprised. I don't think their offense is really all that good because Jared Goff ain't great. But, you know. That's really strange that the Chargers have a top 10 offense and defense. That's true. They do have a bunch of stat padding. You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. Let's not make it 8 p.m. Alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of clowning around.
Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke.
There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony?
You are so boring.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. Out of curiosity, I have to see if we'll get any more of the Fresh Clown of Bel Air. You want to hear the joke? A man goes to his doctor and the doctor asks, "How is number 1?" The man says, "Every day it's 7." I didn't even see what exactly that was. I didn't even see it. I think he finished the joke.
Witness, these are exactly the types of jokes you should save for that detective.
Ow!
You knew that would happen. Don't look at me like that.
Yep, knew that was gonna happen. I only did it so we could get, hopefully some Fresh Clown of Bel Air. We did not. You were pooped that night? Yes, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. That does sound like it's going to be a rough night. That sounds like it's going to be a very rough night. What happened after that, as they say, happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. What? How are you gonna do that to me, Judge? Okay, at least now I know about that. Okay. He just happened to glance out of the window. You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. We're saving again because I don't know what's gonna happen. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday. Once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Mo is not amused. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out his window that night. One more anime will now be dubbed as Funimation is completely set to acquire Crunchyroll. So they're gonna dub all the anime on Crunchyroll? I'm down with that. I'm more than down with that. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow, ow, ow. That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah. What she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well, Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in our favor. I'm just saving real quick, just so that way if he tells any jokes. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may I remind you that humor is unnecessary. No, how'd you know that I was gonna make a joke? I guess that the sound sounded like I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like. Honestly. Someone getting hit. Huh. What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away? That's right. I've been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. Sus! We're throwing Mo out. Mo sus. Mo sus. We're voting out Mo. But now I am 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now, say it with Uncle Mo. Oh man, poor Mo. Not gonna lie. I feel bad for Mo. I feel bad for him. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Damn, Mo, you're really in a mood right now. Yowza!
Enough foolishness. Get back on track.
Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw? You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head. Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. Dallas is 3-9 and still in playoff contention. Yeah, but I think with the play of Washington, now they've got momentum after beating Pittsburgh, I think it's going to be the football team's division to lose at this rate. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. I was about to say, for a second there, I was sitting there on Twitter and I saw Jonesy was trending. I'm like, wait, something from Letterkenny? Nope, something dealing with Super Smash Brothers. Shows where my head was at. Either the football or New York. Philly is thinking Hurts is the new Russell Wilson after half a game, and McCarthy might be a one-and-done coach. I don't know if McCarthy gets fired after 1 year, especially since Dak went down, but we'll see there. I still think the football team takes it. And we'll see how good Hurts does. He gets a tough test in his first week starting against the Saints. Jerry Jones is never happy. He's never happy. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Trying to think if I have any evidence here. I don't know if I have any evidence. Um. This is a rough one, man. This is a rough one. I'm gonna say I do. I'm gonna say I do. I want to see if I want to see if my thought process here works out. Because if it does, I'm gonna rub it in all y'all's faces and say big brain so much right now. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all the great reason. Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. Can't say I expected that. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 1972, a clown... What was that? God, there's so many moments in this game now that I just want to go back and freeze frame. Carson Wentz is now the highest paid backup in the NFL, yep. Oh man, there's just so many moments now that I just want to freeze frame out of this stream. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? He recited Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and now he has recited the A-Team. This is amazing. Mo, you're the best. You are the best. First it was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and now the A-Team. What's next, MASH? What else is a good TV theme? Is he gonna get any like old school like Family Matters? Maybe George Lopez. He's gonna start doing the dun 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 dun. We're gonna get Lowrider at all? That would be great. No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick! These type of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog. Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Whew. Ah. Whew. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma! Tampering with witnesses again. Like father, like daughter. How dare you? How dare you, Von Karma? Think for a second that you can tamper with witnesses again in front of my guy, the man with the spiky hair himself. So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clunk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep. He was on permanent vacation, as they say. That's a bad joke. That's not a good one. Mo, my guy. Oh, that's not a good one. I'm not down with that joke. Mr. Curls, Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes! Exactly! The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well. Then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Dear Lord, he'll be held in contempt. Got it. In West Cloudadelphia, born and raised. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubt in it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt about it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes?
It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night?
He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. All right, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. Alright. Come at me, Mo, and I don't expect you to bring any fucking jokes. Just in case he does come at us with those jokes, I'm gonna save real quick. Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? They can't open up this trial. Can they? Or they can't one-up this trial, can they? I mean, they might. They might. What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. Doesn't seem like he is jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? Trilo said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself, but just looking at that shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You're sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case heading into a trap.
Wait a minute. Does Max wear a black cloak? I thought it was like a purple. I'm gonna have to look at something. You're sure that is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. Sure you do. Don't birds have terrible night vision? But that's not all I saw. I have to check something. No, I guess that is a black cloak. Kinda. What would you call that, a black cloak? With the coloring they put there? I'd call it a deep purple. Well, that's just me. I don't know about you guys. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window? This bitch.
There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much.
Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right eye.
Our records say that his eyesight is a perfect 20/20.
That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. Real quick, just in case they do something, who knows what they're going to come up with here. But, so you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding. That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud sound. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure.
They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report.
With Trilo's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer.
Nick, you've got to find a contradiction in this.
That's not going to be enough.
What?
You have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. It's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. Okay, I gotta use my big brain powers now. Gotta head to bed, V-Dub. Hey, that's fine, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here for just a little bit. I'll see you, man. Okay, I don't know why, but my brain has just been telling me that something's up with this line of dialogue. This Silk Hat, that black cloak. That line of dialogue. I don't know why. It's just something with that. I feel like this poster could work. I'm saving so much to save my ass here. Oh, we got a music stop. Did I big brain it? Did I fucking big brain it? Am I having the best day of Phoenix Wright I've had in a long time? You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so. The Silk Hat and the cloak, right? Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yeah, everyone get ready. All together now. Silk Hat, cloak, white roses. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw these symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I like pie. 3.14159265. And then whatever's left. I only know pie up to that number. 3.14156. 3.141599265. There we go. Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth. No fractions. Order. Order. I fucking love Mo, though. When he gets hit, he just has... those reactions are great. Do you like pie? I like pie. 3.141599265. All the way up to however far he went. That was great, man. Mo's the shit. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? In the words of Outcast, really like to think your shit don't stink. But lean a little bit closer. The roses really smell like ooh ooh ooh. To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. Ha-ha! The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. They were white roses, Von Karma. They would have stuck out like a sore damn thumb. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. Oh shit, the close-up. And a phoenix! If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Woo! Woo, the back and forth, the punches being thrown! Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the fact... Yes, truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He is just toying with this court.
I don't know what you mean. Got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all three of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Phoenix, mic, drop. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget about the roses. Think about this other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters.
Great track by Metallica.
Let's wrap up this case. Let's wrap this case up now.
Whew. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. It all comes down to this. What is the judge gonna say? Is all this gonna be added into his fan fiction? Frankly, Miss Scarlet, I simply don't give a damn. I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling?
Nick, this is your last chance!
Come at me. There's no doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There is no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. But the hat was found at the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
Just one chance?
I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. You are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Carroll's statement. You'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. Only got a single shot at this. Gotta be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. We've only got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Knees are weak. Palms are sweaty. Vomit on his suit already. Mom spaghetti. Mo, be honest. Ow!
You promised Mr. Phoenix, right? No more badgering. I hope you enjoy this penalty.
I didn't expect that. I wasn't ready for it. Well, shit, okay. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. The case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Billy Bob Johns, guilty. Now, you! Accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. remember the last point I saved at. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Save there. Alright. This is the only line of dialogue I saw any question. Anything that I could really like, find a contradiction in. And it was found at the crime scene. This makes me believe that he states that he wore it the entire time and had to have fallen off at some point. This one happened to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how one would mistake a... Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma? Where exactly was the silk hat found?
Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene. That means...
The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. Your boy big brained it again. So much big brain today. This is never gonna happen again. Oh. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No! That's not true! Order! 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 Mr. Curls! Yeah, I'm using all my big brain moments from the next 5 months. We are doomed. Oh, that reminds me. I have to talk about a game that I saw a bit ago that I was questioning about possibly getting. I think it's called Twin Mirror. It's, of course, a detective-like game. And I was watching a stream of it, and I was like, "Oh man, it's a detective game. That's right up our alley for live streaming." So we might at some point I might have to get that and play it. Yes, Your Honor? What is the meaning of all of this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey! That's just not right! That's so harsh! What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, all amongst other things. If I remember, it's by the same people behind Life is Strange. I think it is. I don't remember the company exactly that did Life is Strange. It looks, though, like a David Cage game. Like, it reminded me a lot visually of Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human. We still have to play Beyond Two Souls at some point as well. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you were single, and no matter how old I get, I'll always be younger than you. Why? Yep, with Ellen Page back when they were still Ellen. Well, Elliot Page back when he was Ellen Page. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid.
It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene?
What's the matter, Nick?
There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo, what do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? I think we know who did it. What? He went? What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. Oh, she's gurring at him while she's sweating bullets. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. And we will do that after I take a quick ad break. So I will see you guys in about 60 seconds, and we will hopefully finish up this trial in about the next hour. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we are back. Quick, easy ad break. Let's see what he's got to say. Is that all right with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to hop on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene? Isn't it the crime scene photo? There's only one set of tracks. Yeah, there's only one set of tracks. Look at this picture. Dude, I'm big braining it up today. I cannot believe it. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, you can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminals' footprints? They aren't there. Ah! So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of the witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a goddamn second! You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time.
You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today.
That didn't hurt. He no-sold it. Oh my god, Mo no-sold it. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time. I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better.
Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes? The testimony you've provided up until now has been false. It hasn't been false? I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Cyberpunk just crashed on you? Yeah, I saw a thing trending on Twitter about crashing, and I figured it's Cyberpunk. I figure Cyberpunk is what is trending. Yep. Why is Mason Rudolph trending? Oh, that's why. He's trending because of the Man of the Year announcement. That's why he's trending. Order! Order! I will have order! Marshawn Lynch has said multiple teams have shown interest in him, but he will only go to a Super Bowl contender. Yep, he wants that ring, man. He wants that ring. Can't say I blame him, though. Franziska von Karma, how could you? Oh, fucking her pompous ass courtesy.
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would exactly have the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls. Huh? If you're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel.
Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows! Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he flew. Yeah, that's what I figured he was gonna say. This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air with the wildest of ease. He just flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints.
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was, how do you put this into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? I think he's telling the truth. Because if you're going to implicate Max, what better way to do it than by flying? Because that's what Max does. He flies in his act. So, if you dress like him, you do what he does. I don't think he's bullshitting us. He just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he is telling the truth. That's what I think.
Nick, wait! That means that Max actually used magic!
Yikes. You're right. Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe it, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile!
If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Well then. Okay. December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know.
They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared.
Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy.
But it looked so effortlessly for you on stage.
Okay, so he's gone to this form. That's a Billy Bob Jones form. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air.
Wow! You just told me the secret to your magic!
No! I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule. The only rule. I'm sorry, Max. I made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks.
Nick, what do we do now?
All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow.
Great idea! Let's do our best and catch this sucker!
Why is George Floyd trending? I don't know. I mean, I don't see it trending on my side. Sora is trending. Oh. Sora's trending because everybody wants him in Smash. That's why he's trending. I was about to say, I'm like, why Sora trending? Alright. I think what we're gonna do, since that brings us to the next part, which is the investigation. I think we are going to call it right here. Next week, we are going to be jumping back into it. We'll get back into the investigation portion. And depending on how much we get done there, we might even get a tiny bit into the court proceedings. We'll see. See how much we get done. However, though, I want to thank you all for being here. Because this was a... I didn't mean to do that. Shit, I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. There we go. I pressed the wrong button. I forgot I didn't have my transition set up ready. But with that, that's going to bring us to an end of this stream. I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I appreciate everybody who popped in. Kaz, V-Dub, Jan, you're always here. Good times. And everybody else who was just chilling, laid back, watching the stream. Appreciate y'all. And we'll be back tomorrow. Late at night tomorrow. I don't know how long we're going. I've got no time limit for you. It'll start at 9 p.m. Eastern. And it'll end whenever I feel like it's ending. So with that, I will see you guys tomorrow for the Fire Red Nuzlocke. We'll catch you next time.